This is such a relaxing song. Hey everybody, Midnight Asshole here. Welcome back to Renegade Platinum. Last time, we got here to Floaroma Town. We got here to Floaroma Town, and also here to Route 205, where we found out that something's going on over the Valley Windworks. Anyways, this time we're gonna go figure out what the heck is going on. But first, let's pick up some berries. Got this patch of berry here. And let's keep going. Help, help, trainer. I want to see my papa. My papa and I lived at the Valley Windworks. And a whole bunch of people dressed like spacemen came. And they kicked me out and they're making my papa do something. Please, trainer, I miss my papa. So, there's something going on over here at the Valley Windworks. Which is right here. Just a quick side note. We went over the encounters for Valley Windworks last time. So if you didn't see last episode, go check it out. So that way you can go see what encounters we did get over there. Anyways, got a magnet here. It boosts electric type. Got a magnet. It boosts electric type moves. We have a tree here, which we can't do anything with yet. We also have this guy here. Now, normally you're supposed to go fight that guy first. But before anything else, I want to point something out. Right here is Route 205. If you've played Platinum before, you would know that normally you can't access the grass on 205 before we fix the problem at the Windworks. Not so in Renegade Platinum, because once again things have changed. In this case, we have access to the southern part of Route 205 right here and now, which is very, very nice. Anyways, so with Route 205 here, you might be wondering, well, if 205 is available, how far can we go? Simple answer is not very far, and you'll see in just a sec. Also, hi Hoppip. Hi Hoppip. I think I already explained how terrible you are, but we'll deal with you later. But before that, give me some XP. Alright, there we go. Level 18 for Vincent, which is nice. This is as far as we can go. On the bright side, we have access to the grass now, and we also have TMO8 bulk up, which is also nice. Anyway, we have access to the grass now, and I'll go over and I guess we'll start, since I got spotted by the trainer, I guess we'll go over the encounters now. Gonna go over them later, but this trainer had to spot me, so I guess we'll do it now. And first new encounter on the list is Shellos. Shellos defines the bulky water type. As you can probably guess, it becomes water ground type when it evolves into Gastrodon, which only has a weakness to grass. Which is pretty good. Especially considering that as of this point in Renegade Platinum, there are no Pokemon with any immunities. Because with the fairy type being added, Sableye and Spiritomb have a weakness now, so they are no longer immune to that. Anyway, Shellos and Gastrodon as Pokemon now. Let's start off with Shellos. With the Shellos and Gastrodon line, nothing major if you can believe it. No type changes, no style changes. Only major difference is they got their level up moveset from Generation Set from Sun and Moon. So there's that. Gastrodon does get Sludge Bomb at level 30, which is a very nice move to have though. You would be hard pressed to not want this move on a Gastrodon, considering that grass is its only weakness. That and also the fact that acid armor, mirror coat, and counter, and amnesia and recover are available as moves as well. So it's a matter of picking the moveset that suits your playstyle. Anyways, that aside, Mareep is here. Mareep is also here, which we surprisingly can't not find in the Valley Windworks. Go figure. Now Mareep, I love this thing. I love this thing. I love the Mareep line. My only real gripe with this thing is that it doesn't have the best moveset and it's a bit slow for an electric type. But then again, no one's perfect. So it's a matter of do you want to have a slightly slower electric type, or do you want to get something that may be faster? Anyway, the Mareep line though has a few interesting things to note. First off, Mareep itself and Flaffy, its evolution, don't have any major changes. However, Ampharos does. Now, some of these might seem familiar to you, and some may not. Ampharos can learn TM59, Dragon Pulse, which is a normal TM. Ampharos can also now learn TM91, Flash Cannon, which we'll be able to get at a later point. It also gets access to TM85, which is a new TM which we will see later. But there are some pretty big things coming up. Ampharos is now compatible with Draco Meteor. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, Ampharos isn't a dragon type, except in its Mega Evolution form. Don't worry about that. Ampharos got its dragon type, got its dragon typing added to it for this game. So now you have an electric dragon type that's not Zekrom. Anyway, but that aside, there is another cool thing to mention. Via Heart Scale, Ampharos get Tail Glow via level up. You can probably figure out. I don't think I need to tell you how good Tail Glow is for those of you for any kind of Pokemon, let alone an Ampharos, which now has the ability to be a Dragon Slayer. So yeah, very, very good. A very, very nice buff for Ampharos, or the Mareep line just in general. Anyways, we took care of that tree over there. Now I went over here. Again, you could go to Valley Windworks first, but speedrunners like to do this. After you talk to the girl, come here. Enough arguing. Hand over that sweet honey. Do as we say. Team Galactic will have that honey. You must have it to attract Pokemon in great numbers. Hey, this kid is a witness. Well, what will he do? We don't need that brat running off to get help. The solution's simple. Ensure the brat stays quiet. Let's do this. Notice it. Also, another thing to note: this fight is normally two normal single battles back to back. In this case, we're doing a double battle now. Anyways, continuing with the counters. Continuing on with the encounters. Weasel. I love this thing. I feel so stupid for not using this thing in previous playthroughs of Platinum, but recently I decided to use it, and good God, this thing Weasel and its evolution of Floatzel can be really freaking good. And the fact that there's a move tutor later on for ice that allows you to get Ice Punch which is without breeding or without any other hassle is amazing. Anyways, that previous experiences aside, what does Weasel provide you in this game? Well, it gets a new secondary ability of Water Veil, which is nice. And really it doesn't get any other major changes though. It, it's always been Weasel's been good for quite a Weasel's been a pretty solid Pokemon. Has been a pretty solid water type in the physical department, and it didn't really need any major changes. The new ability gives you another option aside from just having Swift Swim, so it leaves the door open for a weather team if you want to go that route. But yeah, with that said, that's the Weasel line for you. And next up is Hoppip. Why does this thing have to suck half the time? This thing normally gets no good moves before it evolves. Mercifully, you were spared that embarrassment. We just got the TM for Bullet Seed. We got the TM for Bullet Seed not long ago, so you at least have a move to attack with, and you're not just stuck with Splash either. You get Absorb. You have Absorbed. You get moves like Absorb, Synthesis, and Tackle. Bullet Seed naturally via level up, and Air Cutter as a move. So you are completely screwed if you want to use something like this on your team. I still wouldn't recommend using it, but hey, at least you have some. At least it's something. It also got a slight boost to its. Hoppip also got a boost to its attack stat, to its special attack, so it can do slightly more damage before it evolves. As for the rest of but not just Hoppip, the rest of the Hoppip line, including Skiploom and Jumpluff, also got stat boosts, mainly in the special attack stat, so it can do a lot more damage. Air Cutter is a move that works via level up now in all 3 stages. And the other thing is that TM88 is available to Jumpluff as well as HMO2 Fly. So if you want your Hoppip Hoppip can be slightly more Hoppip, Jumpluff, and Skiploom can be slightly more useful. And anyways. And so we beat up these two, so that's done. Oh, what's this? They seem to have forgotten it. It's a works key, must be the Valley windworks. It's no use to me, you may as well have it. And we get the works key. Normally you're supposed to find things out the other way around, but we'll get to that in a minute. Thank you surely saved me. Those goons were trying to rob me of my sweet, sweet honey. They sure were weird though. You saw how they were dressed. What they were saying didn't make a whole lot of sense either. Oh, I need to thank you. The sweet, sweet honey. Go on, take a whole lot. And we get some honey. Not just one, but we get quite a bit. Slather that on a sweet smelling tree and it might attract Pokemon. Yep. There are even more encounters to go over. But one quick thing to mention is that via Poke Radar, Route 205 plus Lumbinum are available. Already went over those two. Pachirisu is there as well via Pachirisu is available via normal encounters, and Venonat is also there. But now that we have the honey, though, there are a whole lot more encounters that we need to go over since now we have access to this. There have been quite a few trees that have been available that we can now have access to. But first, quickly over Venonat. Gets Tinted Lens. Gets Tinted Lens Tinted Lens and Confine Eyes are still its abilities, except it gets Tinted Lens as its first choice of ability instead of Compound Eyes. Tinted Lens just boosts the damage dealt by not very effective moves. And it's also able to learn Bug Buzz now, and its evolution Venomoth got a slight stat boost as well, compatible with Team 88, and it can now learn Fly. Anyways, with that aside, there's quite a lot of honey encounters that we need to go over now. Also, I should probably quickly show how much honey this guy actually gave us. He gave us 10. Now, honey trees. How do I say this? Honey trees are not very fun to deal with. I mean, I'll do it on this tree. Slide the bark with honey. Slide the bark with honey, and a Pokemon will come out. Normally, though, on the bright side, though, you don't have to wait 6 hours to find an encounter. Just slide their tree, and you get an encounter instantly. Like Seed out here, who we've already gone over. Anyways, with that aside, that all said and done, we should that all said and done, we have quite a lot of honey trees to go, over, so yeah, let's start going over the new encounters that you can find via the honey trees. And first new encounter that you can find via the honey tree, at least going in order of trees that were available to us, is on Route 207, where first thing available is a palm. This thing is actually not too bad. Surprised to hear that from me? Don't be. Trust me, there are some really, I'm a bit different when it comes to Pokemon that I like and don't like. Anyways, Apom here. It just saying this first. Apom line can get pickup as an ability. You can get stuff like stones. The higher levels, you can get stuff like stones, Ultra Balls, rare candies, PP ups, things like that. And TMs for hidden power. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can learn here. So there's a lot of things you can get via pickup. So if you want, that's something if you didn't pick up a Zigzagoon earlier on. But anyways, Apom line doesn't actually have any real stat changes. Ambipom, however, Ambipom does get a few changes, I believe. Ambipom, let's see. Ambipom. What do I have to say about this thing? First of all, I've never used this thing. In fact, I've hardly ever seen anybody use this in the first place. Does get things like fake out though, which is very nice to have. If you're gonna have a normal, also Ambipom's it's also pretty quick, so there's that as well. And other things to really mention. First thing to mention is that Ambipom can learn things like Last Resort as well. So yeah, Ambipom's also pretty good. I don't really have much to say about it though. It gets some pretty interesting moves. It can also learn some of the elemental punches. Double hit got a boost, so there's that as well. And yeah, overall, Ambipom's not too bad. Anyway, this guy, I got ordered to keep everyone out if they're not part of Team Galactic. You're giving me a look that makes me think you're gonna try and get in. Okay then, you'll have to battle me for it. With that, voice. Anyway, while we're fighting this guy, let's keep going in terms of the honey tree encounters. Next up is Slack Off. This thing is a beast when it's fully evolved. If you never checked the stats on Slacking, its final evolution, go take a look at them. They are monstrous. Monstrous attack, pretty much monstrous everything that rivals some legendaries. And anyways, Slack Off itself. Now, again, if you remember, if you know Slack Off, you know what its ability is. Now, and its ability normally is a pretty big hindrance. Don't worry. Slack Off is still, I could still partially recommend this thing. If you can get around the ability, this thing can hit like a freight train. And it gets some pretty good moves to back it up. You can teach a thing moves like Crush Claw, Return, Night Slash, Play Rough, counter, body slam. Think other moves like reversal, focus punch, hammer arm. So many good moves. It can learn a lot more via T, and because it's a normal type, because it can learn and can also learn other moves as well. So it really is an amazing Pokemon. If you can get around its terrible ability, this thing can be amazing. Anyways, that aside, next up two Pokemon are things we've already gone over. Metapod and Kakuna. Metapod and Kakuna can be found via Poketree on Route 207. But the last Pokemon. This last Pokemon would have given any OGs of the Diamond Pearl Platinum series hell if they've tried to go for this Pokemon. Munchlax. Yep. This thing is available. This thing is available this thing is still available via Honey Trees. Mercifully though, you don't have to worry about it being a 1% encounter rate like in the originals. It's you have a 10% chance of finding a Munchlax no matter what. There's also a chance that wild Munchlax will be holding leftovers. So if you can find a Munchlax, try catching it. Or use Thief or something like that or use Thief or Covet if you have those moves available to you. You might be able to get an army of leftovers off of Munchlaxes. And so that way you can gain quite a lot of health back on your team. Anyway, that aside, Munchlax also has Stick Fat as its main ability instead of Pickup, which I don't explain. Why was Pickup its first ability slot and not Thick Fat? Anyways, that aside, Munchlax sucks. Munchlax kind of sucks. But Snorlax has always been a bulky wall. It has been and always will be. If you get Thick Fat as an ability, it'll keep it for life. If you get Pickup for an ability on the Munchlax, it'll become immunity. So you could be immune to being poisoned, which whittles down your massive health pool, or you can get Thick Fat and basically have a resistance to ice and fire. That aside, Snorlax does get a new move to work with, Slack Off. You now don't have to worry about using the Chesto Resto set. On your Snorlax, you can use Slack Off and get some free healing that way. Only downside, you have to get it via Movie Learner. On the bright side, you also get Superpower as a move via Movie Learner, so hey, there's that as well if you want to go out of your way for it. Anyway, once you beat this guy, he'll say he has the key and he'll also lock the door. But since we already got the key, we can just unlock the door immediately. Anyways, with that said, that's only Route 207. That's only Route 207 for Honey Tree encounters. Next up, we have the Valley Windworks. Next up is Valley Windworks with this Honey Tree right here that we have available. And in terms of Pokemon, they're pretty much the same. The only difference is that there are a few trees that the only difference is that Caterpie and Weedle are replaced with Caterpie and Weedle replace Kakuna and Metapod respectively. Everything else is the same. And the one in Floaroma and the Honey Tree in Floaroma Meadows has got some Pokemon that are pretty interesting to work with as well. Cherubi, you got Shroomish, Execute, Cedo, and Tangela. All those Pokemon though, the one I find the most interesting is Shroomish. Shroomish being pure grass is only pure grass until it evolves at level 23, but Effect Spore is a nice ability to have with it. But that's not all. But anyways, Shroomish aside, Berloom is awesome, and I really should use this thing more often when I play any of the games in Hoenn. This thing is it's by far one of my favorite Pokemon. Here's the thing though. Shroomish got a change to one of its abilities. No more Effect Spore. Technician replaces Effect Spore, and Poison Heal is available for Shroomishes right now. The other thing to note, Breloom can learn TM54 from False Swipe. However, there is another major change for the Shroomish line. You can get Poison Powder, Stun Spore, and Spore. Yes, Spore at level 19 before you even get Breloom. No more waiting to level 54 to get Spore on your moveset for your Shroomish. Unless of course you're playing Sun and Moon, which it doesn't matter. Or maybe the Ultra Sun or anything else really. Anyways, that said, Breloom is awesome, gets some really good moves like Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Sky Uppercut, and now Superpower as an ability. You can give it Leech Seed, you can teach it Leech Seed and Spore, and that Bullet Seed TM we just got, and just become a menace to a whole lot of things. Also Vincent's learning Low Kick, which is based off of weight. I'm gonna replace Leer because why I am never going to use that. With that aside, Seedot, I believe I have gone over already, but a quick refresher, Seedot's kind of useless until it evolves. He's kind of useless until it evolves, and then it gets really good. Once your Nuzleaf is up to level 35, it'll stop learning any new moves, and then from there, just evolve it into Shift Tree. Unless you want to get Hurricane at level 32 for your Shift Tree, which in that case you'll sacrifice extra sensory if you want that. But either way, the Seedot line's pretty good. Next up though is Execute. I keep forgetting this thing exists, except when I play Fire Red and Leaf Green. I honestly don't remember this thing half the time. Even with Sun and Moon, with a maxed out playtime on said file, I still forget this thing exists. And I still forget this thing exists constantly. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how irrelevant this thing seems to be at least to me. Even the Ultra Sun and Moon games, I didn't like Alolan Executor at all. But anyways, rant aside on why I don't like this thing isn't too bad. This thing theoretically isn't too bad. The only problem is that your quad weak to bug, so watch out. Also the fact that you got some weaknesses, some pretty common weaknesses, like some pretty interesting common weaknesses like fire and ice, as well as flying dark, and also ghost. Yeah, this thing isn't the exact best thing, but if you want a good special attacker, and want a good psychic type early on, this could be your guy if you were having trouble catching Abra or you didn't want to get Kirlia. Waltz or Kirlia, but whatever, you get the idea. Anyways. And I missed again. Anyways, Cherubi's also here. Do you even remember this thing exists? No? You don't remember this thing existing? Well, good on you, because I don't remember this, because I keep forgetting this thing exists as well. Cherubi though, Cherubi still sucks, but Charon got a nice buff. Charon got a nice buff to its stats. The only catch though with Charon is that it's not the fastest thing in the world. Turn's not the fastest thing in the world, and it can't really take a hit, and it's not the best at taking a hit either. It does get some interesting moves, but you're probably better off with something like Rose Raid if I'm terribly honest. Sorry for you Charm fans, but I would put hard pass on this one in this game. Anyways, with that aside, that's everything. That's everything we can get. That's almost everything we can get via Honey Tree. We've got a few more Pokemon. We got a few more Pokemon via Route 205, since the Honey Tree is there. Combi. For the love of Arceus, make sure you catch a female one and not a male one. This advice might have just saved you if you were trying to get Vespiquen. It has to be female, no exceptions. Also, I would highly recommend getting Hustle as its ability over Honeygather. Why? Well, if you have Hustle as its ability, as Kobe's new main ability, you will get Intimidate as a main ability on Vespiquen. If you get Honeygather, well, then you're stuck with Pressure. Sorry, try again. But anyways, Vespiquen now has access to Bug Buzz, access to Fly, access to TM88, and it gets its signature moves: defend order, heal order, and attack order upon evolving. And you can get Air Slash at level 25 and Power Gem at 33. So it gets some pretty good moves so Vespiquen's a pretty good Pokemon. The only problem is you're really weak to things. You're weak to things like Stealth Rock and a single rock type move will destroy you. So just watch out for that. Anyways, if you can get around that, Vespiquen is pretty good, and it just got better and it got even better here. Next up is the Burmy line, but we already went over them, and Pineco. Pineco, I believe we already went over, but Pineco in a nutshell, it's a wall. It's nothing. It's not going to be an attacker. It's just straight up supposed to be a wall with Fortress. As a Fortress. It gets quite a lot of setup moves, and this thing can also blow up. So watch out. Watch out if you're trying to do a Nuzlocke. If you're trying to Nuzlocke this game, be careful. You may be better off not catching Pineco. You may be better off hoping that you don't find Pineco, because it could blow up on you. And that's not fun. No one likes an exploding Pinecone. Also, Wurmple's here, and Heracross is here, though. Heracross is also available there, and oh boy, Heracross is amazing. Why have I not used this thing? Why did I not use? I really should have taken better care of the one that I got the one I had in the Emerald Nuzlocke, but that's gone by now. Heracross in this skin though is really good. Guts is now its main ability over Swarm, and it gets Skill Link as a new secondary ability. It can get Bug Buzz and Bullet Seed via TM, and with Skill Link, that Bullet Seed can hit 5 times. So it can be pretty useful against rock types, if you don't have a fighting move. Or if you're really worried that you're not going to be able to destroy it with one of your fighting moves. Which, by the way, Heracross gets Arm Thrust, so yeah, there's that as well. And you can get Rock Blast, and Night Slash, and Aerial Ace, and Brick Break, and Mega Horn, and Close Combat, all via level up. Oh, and Knock Off too, because you can't have that because this thing is pretty freaking OP sometimes. Anyways, with that all said and done, we have finally gone over all the encounters that are available for us at the current moment. Now, with the honey trees now included. Anyways, and aside, We just beat this grunt. We just beat this grunt, and now we got some. And now comes something that. Now comes probably the first real challenge of the game, or the first real potential challenge. All right, let's do this. If you've never done this, but if you've never played Platinum before, if you've never played Platinum before, or you haven't played it in a while, I would probably recommend saving before you move any further. Trust me, this could be annoying. This can get dangerous. I'm one of Team Galactic's 3 commanders. No wait, that's one of 4 commanders. My name is Mars. We've been trying to create a new world that's better than this one. People have shown little understanding about what we do. You don't understand either, do you? That's a little saddening. So let's have a battle to decide what we should do next. If I win, you leave. If you win, we, Team Galactic, will leave. Let's do this! First fight against any Team Galactic's commanders. This is Mars. She's gonna start off with a Zubat, level 18. Inner focus for its ability, so it cannot flinch. Poison Fang, Wing Attack, Toxic, Confuse Ray. This thing will try and confuse you and cripple you with poison. Will try and confuse you to make you hate yourself, and also use things like Poison Fang and Toxic to try and whittle your health down. And that Wing Attack can also be pretty devastating as well. So watch this thing. The Zubat shouldn't be taken lightly. It can still really hurt even if it's just a Zubat. But because it's just a Zubat, it also goes down just as easily. Alright, what's next? Bronzor. This is a new team member for her. Normally she doesn't have this in Platinum. In normal Platinum she does not have it. A Bronzor right now. So, her Bronzor, level 18, holding a Citrus Berry. Levitate for its ability, not heat proof. So it's immune to ground, but fire moves will be effective on this thing. Anyways, Hypnosis, Extrasensory, Jarable, and Confuse Ray. Again, this thing is going to try and confuse you, and what's worse is that this thing can put you to sleep, which I find is way more dangerous than it just poisoning you. Anyways, this thing can't really deal a lot of damage normally by itself because Bronzor, but this thing can still be very, very annoying to deal with. And I'm hoping that I don't hit myself. Good, Vincent. Nice job. Come on, let's get this thing off the field. Nope. Oh, I burned it. And there goes its Citrus Berry, but I did burn it, so that's nice. And your Hypnosis missed. Nice. What do you think you're doing to my Pokemon? And we snapped out of confusion. Nice. Alright, let's get rid of this Bronzor. Down it goes. And Steven goes to level 17. And next up is Yanma. Or Yanma, a new addition as well. Level 18. Level 18, not holding anything. Speed boost for its ability. Watch out for that. Silver Wind, Air Cutter, Detect, Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom will always do 20 damage. Silver Wind has a 10% chance to boost every single stat except evasion and accuracy, which can be very, very devastating if it's able to get said boost. And Air Cutter has a chance to make it flinch, which is also annoying. And it's got Detect, which gives it a free turn with Speed Boost. This thing is very annoying. You need to kill this. You need to kill this thing as fast as you possibly can. I said you need to kill it, not it kill me. Go figure. And Speed Boost, because go figure. Steven? Let's try Ironhead. comes Sonic Boom. Come on. Oh, that's not good. What do I want? Okay, I got an idea. Sacrifice. I'm gonna sacrifice Bidoof here because I don't need this thing. Oh wait, you're gonna live. Bidoof's gonna live on 1 because I'm gonna. Unfortunately, this Yama's gonna get a speed boost. Another speed, at least 2 more speed boosts, which is bad. But I'm hoping Miru can do. I'm hoping Miru can one-shot this thing. The only thing it can really do is use Silver Wind, and I just hope that it doesn't get a crit or something stupid. Come on, Miru. Detect. Okay. Well, at least my poison's regular poison because I switched out, so it's not the badly poison. Alright, 3 damage. Detect again. Great. It's trying to stall me so it can get max speed. And someone's revving something outside my. Oh wait, I am still badly poisoned. Crap. The poison took off 6 health this time, so I'm still badly poisoned. I think it's after the name of the. It's only after the end of the battle, right? Come on, Silverwind, please, please, Miru, don't get critted. Okay, we lived. Come on, Miru, come on, come on. Yes, there we go. Down goes the Yama. And Miru's gonna go down to the poison. Now we're gonna have to do. Now here we go. For Paragli has thick fat for its ability. Thank you, Walt. Anyway, it's level 19. It's level 19. Holy and Citrus Berry. Thick fat for its ability, as you just saw with thanks to Walt's trace. Fake Out, Hypnosis, Facade, Feint Attack. Do not, under any circumstances, put a status on this thing, or this thing will destroy your team with Facade. Anyway, there's the Fake Out, so this is why I sent Waltz in first. Use Fake Out so that way it can't do. Send it in so that way, no matter what it does, it won't be able to do Fake Out. You have the do I have an item on you? Yeah, I have an item on you, so covered won't work here. If cover won't work, then Razor Leaf. Here's Facade. 16 damage. Okay, that could be worse. Come on. If I could get a crit right now, that would be nice. Okay, I'll take a miss as well. Thank you. I'll take a miss as well. Thank goodness. And there's a Citrus Berry. And you missed again. Come on. Come on. Come on, Leafeon. I will give this Leafeon a nickname later on, but come on. If I could get a crit right now, if I can crit it with this next Razor Leaf, that would be awesome. Well, I didn't say you crit me. I said I crit you. What is wrong with you? There we go. I guess it was a damage range. Never mind. Well done. And Mars was defeated. This can't be. I lost. You have a deep brat. Whatever that means. Oops, I messed that one up. That's alright. I quite enjoyed our battle. My. Lose to a child, will you? But no matter. We've collected plenty of electricity. With the power we obtain, we can do something quite spectacular. It seems obvious to me, Sean, the genius even the boss recognizes. Now Mars, we should be going. Will you shut it? The boss is the only person in the world that is allowed to order me around. You can keep quiet around me. You can keep quiet around me. You only joined us recently. Don't think you're important. It's time to say goodbye and leave for the time being. Team Galactic. They say they were here to gather Pokemon and energy no matter what. It was for creating a new universe, or so they claimed. Nothing they said made any sort of sense to me. I can't tell you how grateful I am for you saving me. I can finally see my daughter again. Papa! Yuck, Papa, you're stinky. Go shower now, stinky! Oh, sorry. They had me working non-stop. Thank you, trainer. You made those bad people go away. I think the balloon Pokemon will come visit again. Oh yes, a balloon Pokemon appears for the windworks. It's always a certain day of the week, but I'm not sure which day. It could have something to do. Its appearance has something to do with the windwork using wind-generated energy. And she only mentions the balloon Pokemon. Alright. Oh. Looker. Ah, yes. It is you, yes. I have heard that Team Galactic appeared at this power plant. I have, therefore, come running. So, Team Galactic, where are they? You have run them off. You have run them off, you say, but you are a trainer. But very well, I shall go investigate inside. Magnificent! Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What you have said is all true. Superb. Though you're young, you are a trainer through and through. Very well, I shall pursue the culprits. Proceed tips our Team Galactic. That the Team Galactic hideout is in Eterna City. So to there, I must be off. Alright. With that done, I think I'll end things off here for today. Also, by the way, now that we've Galactic, you can now progress further up Route 205 if you want to. But for now, we're gonna end things off here. We managed to save the Valley of Windworks from Team Galactic. Also, side note, I probably should have mentioned this beforehand, but if you're playing the game now and you haven't done the Team Galactic thing, make sure you beat them on any day that is not Friday. If you beat them any day after, preferably, I would recommend beat them on a Thursday. Once you beat them, the next day on Friday, a Drifloon will appear in front of the Valley Windworks, as the scientist said. It will be, I believe it'll be level 15 when it's caught. So there's that for you. You can get a free Drifloon, which can be really good. Already went over Drifloon, but hey, there you go. Anyways, with that aside, that is everything for today. And then I hope you enjoyed. And next time, we're gonna head up Route 205 and keep pressing on towards Eterna City. We'll see you guys next time. Alright.